Bria's fashion boutique is the worst. First, they asked me if I needed help finding anything. Just because I'm gorgeous doesn't mean I need help.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
Then they tell me they're having a sale. Oh, so you're assuming I'm poor. Cool.
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
Also, they tried to give me the friends and family discount. I'm not your friend, so...
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
Hey, which glasses look better on me?
Oh, what's this?
Zenni's 3D virtual try-on. Pretty cool, right?
I don't know about the purple cat eyes.
I think they're fun. What about these tortoiseshell glasses? Or these rimless sunglasses? Oh, what about these clear frames?
Wait, are those prices real? Do they have glasses for men?
Yep. They also have affordable blue light glasses.
Seriously? At those prices? Get them all.
I like where this is going.
Zenni.com. Quality prescription glasses starting at $6.95.
What's going on? What's going on? You are tuned into the Cigars with Mac podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Cigars with Mac, or Cigars with Mac, whatever you want to call me, or Mac, it don't matter. Today I want to talk about where will you be 1 year from now? Where will you be 1 year from now? What stage in life will you be 1 year from now? It's a good question. I ask myself that every day. Where will I be a year from now? Where will I be 5 years from now? Where will I be a decade from now? And what sparked this podcast today was an old friend of mine. He posted a picture on Instagram, and it said the worst place to be is in the same exact place you were last year. The worst place to be in, let me say it right. The worst place to be in is the exact same place you were last year. This is so true. It's people I know, they're doing the same thing they were doing 5, 10, 15 years from ago. No growth, no change, no nothing. Every morning I drop my kids off of school. I try to tell them, hey man, you need to learn something today. I try to tell them that because it's been my experience that you should be learning something new every day. I know I said, where will you be a year from now? But truth be told, you should really be learning something new every day if you think about it. You should not be the same person you were yesterday that you are today. Yes, you should be consistent in your behavior, especially if you have positive habits, but you should not be in the same place you were in yesterday. Every day you should have a new thought pattern, a new way of doing things. It's my opinion though. Every day. I think that a lot of things that hold us back as a people is fear. Fear and change. Fear and change. That holds us back, man. Stepping out of our comfort zone is not always easy, you know? I'm guilty of that. It's not always easy to step out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. It's not. Some of us go to work every day, even pre-COVID, we go to work every day, come home, get on our cell phones, watch some Netflix, and go to sleep and do it all over again. Some of us do that. I always ask myself, am I really taking advantage of the 24 hours I have in one day? Because out of those 24 hours, 8 of them are dedicated to rest, to sleep. Should be anyway. But you still got 16 hours left. Think about that. Think about that. Nobody wants to just live and die without, making your mark on this world. Nobody wants to just live and die and that's it. Who wants to just do that? I know I don't. I know for a fact I don't. So every day you got to ask yourself, where will you be a year from now? What are your goals a year from now? What do you want to do 1 year from now? Let's just say 1 year. We're not going to say 5 years. We're not going to say 10 years. Let's just stick with 1 year. Because this COVID-19 we're on the ass end of it now. We have a vaccine made by Pfizer. It's said to be 90% effective. I don't really believe that, but hey, they got to sell this shit. Where will you be 1 year from now? I'm going to keep going back to that. I always say small progress is better than no progress. Remember that. Even if you only get a raise of $1,000, that's $1,000 more you made in a year from now that you had before. Think about that. If you're only making $50,000 a year and you get a raise for $51,000, that's still $1,000 more this year, salary-wise, than you had last year. Take that into consideration. That's something I had to learn a long time ago. Any progress is better than no progress. It's like the football analogy I gave the other day. I don't give a damn if you don't score a touchdown. I'd rather gain 1 yard than lose 5 yards. Because something else that holds us back from progress is a lot of times we have to start over in life. I've been there. Luckily, I was in my 20s. But starting over, these were the reason I had to start over was because I made stupid decisions. I made dumb decisions, man. Dumb decisions, man. And don't get me wrong, it was lack of ignorance. It was ignorant. It was due to ignorance, but as they say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. And I wasn't in trouble with the law. I'm just saying ignorance of not knowing, the world doesn't care about that. The universe don't care about that. That's just something I think about a lot. And when you are a parent, a father, a mother, a husband, wife, you must take these things into consideration. Your decisions don't just affect you anymore, they affect those around you. I hope I'm saying something you guys can relate to. I hope I'm saying something you guys can relate to. So, you got to ask yourself, man, am I really being the best version of myself? Something I used to always say, and it helps guide me, and I hope it'll help you. Every day I ask myself, am I being the best father I can be? Am I being the best husband I can be? Am I being the best friend I can be? Am I being the best employee I can be? If the answer is no, then you got work to do. And every day your answer, in my opinion, should be no, because you could always be better. At least I can. I can't speak for you. People ask me how I'm doing. Something I used to say was I used to say I'm still learning. Just when you think you know something, you really figure out you know nothing at all. Remember that. Just when I think I know a little something, I figure out, man, I don't know shit. And that keeps me humble. It keeps me grounded. And it makes me constantly want to strive. I just keep those things in mind. These are just things that help me out. I'm not saying it can't help you. It probably can. It probably can. I'm not going to judge that. That's not my place to judge that. That's not my place to tell a man or a woman how to live their lives. It's just not. It's not my place. Something else I've noticed. I was listening to a YouTuber by the name of Tariq Nasheed. I've been listening to this guy for well over a decade. And he was talking about blacks in America being neglected by black political leaders. And he was speaking of how nobody does anything for black people. My only critique with that is many people are probably saying, man, we have been far removed from slavery for over 100 years. We've been far removed from Jim Crow for over 50 years. What else do we really need? Everything we need is right here. I will be doing another podcast on reparations. I'll be honest with you. I don't believe we're ever going to get reparations. That's just not going to happen. Could I use it? Oh, most definitely. I'm not going to turn it down if it hits my checking account. I sure will not. Could we use another stimulus check? Most definitely. I'm not turning nothing down. But at the same token, there's so much opportunity out here. I know when I see a fellow black American, a fellow foundational black American, as Tariq has coined, or a fellow American descendant of slavery, as Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks have coined, I know when I see a black person like that, I know it wasn't given to them. They earned that. When I see a successful black person in their career, I know they had to really bust their ass for that. I know that. I know it wasn't given to them. Yeah, I truly believe that opportunity does knock on our doors, but I also believe a lot of times we don't take advantage of it. I truly believe that. Because everybody has to get a hand up in life. Everybody has to get a hand up. I truly believe that. And when I hear people say they pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, I can't believe that, because someone gave you an opportunity. Opportunity presented itself and you maximized on that. It's like when I hear people say I'm 100% independent. No one is ever 100% independent. Why do I say that? Because we have to go to the grocery store. We have to, we're not, even if we grow our own plants and things, we got to go somewhere to buy the seeds. I mean, I'm not trying to be anal about this thing, but basically what I'm saying is everybody got help. But I truly don't believe that we're getting reparations as the people. I don't believe that. I don't think that's going to happen. For those reasons that I told you, the decision makers are like, hey, you guys have been here all this time. It's time for you guys to do for yourself. And I'm not really against that, but our wonderful country does give reparations to other countries. One country in particular is Israel. This is not a secret. Everyone has had some help to get where they are in life. So when I ask, where will you be a year from now? I truly mean that with all sincerity. Because I ask myself that question every day. See, the podcast that I do is me sharing my thoughts with you. And in some way, shape, or form, you can relate to it. You can take advice from it if you want to. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. Also, if you want to support the podcast, please download, like, share, and follow on your favorite podcasting platform. That is free. If you'd like to support us financially, feel free to hit us up on Cash App at $Cigars with Mac. Again, $Cigars with Mac. Anyway, when I saw that post, man, it really hit home because the gentleman that posted it, he and I go back a long way, man. And this guy has come a long way. And this guy busts his ass. He's a hard worker. He's a great salesman. And you better believe if he's behind it, it's making money. He ain't selling you no bullshit. And these are the kind of people I've always kind of associated myself with when I got into sales years ago. I started changing my surroundings to a degree. I always tell people, when they ask me about cigars and cigar shops and things of that nature, I always tell them that you can meet some very successful people at a cigar shop. I've said there are business deals being made at a cigar shop. And there are actually cigar shops still open even with the COVID. I mean, business still has to get done. People are talking about when Joe Biden gets in office, he's going to shut the country back down, but that ain't going to happen. I don't give a damn what nobody says. That's not going to happen. Yes, COVID cases have spiked up tremendously, but this was already predicted because of the winter. We're going in the winter season. People still have to eat. Business must go on. Hell, I bought a brand new truck during the pandemic. My wife bought a brand new car. We got brand new stuff, man. Business is not going to stop. Dude, my goals is not finna be stopped because some fucking pandemic. It may be a minor setback for some of us, but we are positioning ourselves for a major comeback. We as Americans, man, we are some triumphant people. And especially if you're a person in this world with skin in the game, you're not going to let COVID-19 stop you. There are people who had got infected by the virus. They kicked the virus's ass and they back to living. I'm not finna stop, man. This too shall pass. So I suggest for anyone out there, now is a good time to really start maximizing right now because there is beginning to be a major shift. Business is not going anywhere. Now is the best time to become an entrepreneur. Man, I order from Grubhub and DoorDash and Instacart. If I don't go to the store and I'm at home, I order from that at least once a day. I'm buying from these places at least 5 to 6 days a week. Huh? Nothing gonna stop people. You might well get that out your head. I doubt they're even giving us stimulus checks. They're just not. That ain't gonna happen. So don't let this pandemic hold you up or hold you back, because there are people that are becoming very successful during this pandemic. They're making money. They're making moves. Nothing is going to stop us as a people. I'm sorry, as a nation. Nothing. So, all this shit about shutting the country down and certain states getting locked down for a little bit, I can tell you right now, in Texas, we probably have the highest, or one of the highest cases of COVID-19. They're not shutting it down. You might well hang it up. Put your mask on, take your vitamins, stay clean, and live your life. That's a fact, Jack. One year from now, I will be further along than what I am now. Whether that be financially, whether that be intellectually, whether that be socially, it doesn't matter. You can only do what you can do anyway. You can only take your vitamins, eat right, eat healthy, drink your water, maintain social distancing. You can only do what you can do, man. Don't let this damn pandemic keep you from living life. That's real talk, man. Matter of fact, challenge yourself, because I'm challenging myself as we speak. Trust me, I really am. Challenge yourself to learn something new. Learn something new. I heard a brother say, he said, you cannot afford to invest if you're poor. You shouldn't even be talking about investing in the stock market and Bitcoin and things like that. You should be investing in yourself. For instance, getting you a skill, learning a new skill, getting you a degree. That's your first investment. Get your money right, then start investing. And I couldn't agree with him more. And I'm not even poor. But he made so much sense, man. And one thing about me, man, if somebody is on the money, even if I don't want to hear it, I will acknowledge that they're right. But you got to ask yourself, man. You don't want to be one of those people that's still in the same position you were in 5 years ago, last year. People shouldn't go to certain places and know that you're going to be there because they're like, hey, he's never going to go anywhere. She's never going to go anywhere. They're going to still be in this same spot 5 years from now. Nah. You want people to be like, hey, where is he at? Where is she at? Hey, man, they on a mission. So I'm just telling you, man, it's all about growth. It's all about progression. It's all about constantly bettering yourself. And like I said before, financially, if you only acquire an extra $1,000 more next year, that's fine. You're progressing. If you're working out and you're working on your biceps, triceps, and you only lost an inch, but next year you only lost half an inch, hey, that's half an inch less fat that you have in your body. I'm just saying, people. Again, please support the show. The support is free. It costs you nothing. Download this podcast, share this podcast, follow this podcast on your favorite podcasting platform. If you have any show topics, hit me up at info@cigarswithmacpod.com. If you want to support the show financially, hit us up at $Cigars with Mac at Cash App, $Cigars with Mac. If you want me to advertise for you, hit me up, info@cigarswithmacpod.com. We can discuss the particulars. We can discuss the particulars, man. If money is the issue, we can work around that. We can work around that. But anyway, I want to just throw that in there. I did have a company. Coffee company. I started advertising for, but the reason why I stopped doing it was because I ordered coffee from this place and the coffee hasn't arrived. I ordered it in July, and I would hate to advertise that and people start buying it and you ain't got your coffee. And I believe the products are overseas, and right now with the pandemic, it's hell right now to get shit done. So at this time, I'll only be able to advertise domestically, especially if you have products. For all my entrepreneurs, man, you shouldn't be in the same spot you in last year, next year, or this year, next year. You should be constantly progressing. Like I said, a little progression is better than no progression, in my humble opinion. In my opinion, if my opinion means anything, I'd rather see a little bit of growth than no growth at all. That's just me. Don't be worried about what everybody else doing. Worry about your shit. Run your race. Run your touchdown. Run your ball. Play your position. Don't worry about what everybody else doing, because you don't know what that person had to do to get what they got. That's why I'm very careful about looking at what other people do, because I don't know what they've done to get what they've got. They used to say in the church back in the day, what God has for me.
It's your apartment speaking, and I need some favors. When you're singing in the shower, just try going up a key. You're trying to be an alto when really you're a soprano.
Oh, and if you could bundle your renters and car insurance with Geico, it's easy to do online and we could save money. And then, when you read your murder mysteries at night, could you read out loud? But skip the murder parts because I get scared.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
At Zenni, you get the same quality frame and lens options that you'd get from an optician for 1/10 of the price, including blue blockers, progressives, prescription sunglasses, and more. The best part? Try on any frame, anywhere with our 3D virtual try-on. Zenni.com. Eyewear for everyone.
Me is for me. So if you truly believe that, stop looking at what other people are doing and focus on your stuff. That's just how I feel about the situation. So, I truly think that 2021 will be different. I'm not going to predict and say it's going to be worse or better, but it will be different. And 2020 just shook us up, man. But don't let that be an excuse for not being progressive in life. Don't let that be something to stop you. I mean, the thing about it is that this is not the first time that we've had a virus in this country. It's not. And something I learned is in life, you want to have skin in the game. What does that mean? It means you have a vested interest. For instance, if you are an entrepreneur, you have a vested interest in the economy. So if the economy shuts down, you would hope that it won't affect your business. But everything nowadays is just so remote and virtual. Like I said, man, you can order groceries from your house. You don't even have to go to the store. I was looking at some refrigerators. I want to upgrade my kitchen a little bit. And my wife wanted some refrigerator and stove and all that. Man, you can buy this shit online. You ain't got to step foot in no store. You can set everything up online. I was on LinkedIn the other day. Let me see if I have this picture on my other phone. This is why it's good to have two phones, man. Okay, it must be on the phone that I'm podcasting on. Let's see. Yeah, it's on my other phone. But let me give you a brief synopsis. Basically, what the photo said was, in 95, people said the internet was for two things: gambling and pornography. Now we can't even function without the internet. You can't pay bills without the internet. You can't do your work without the internet. There's nothing. You have to have the internet. That's number one. The other scenario they gave was Bitcoin was a scam. Found out that was not a scam. People got rich off that. They also said that in 1997, people would never use their credit card to buy things through a website. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If you are an entrepreneur selling a product, selling a service, if I can't purchase that service through your website, I don't even trust you, because now there are so many laws in place for businesses that accept credit card payments that if you scam me, you could be financially liable for that, and you could possibly face prison time. I mean, it's insane. I literally can pay bill. Say, for instance, I know I'm always have my cell phone on me. I can literally, if I leave my wallet at home, I can literally use my phone, and there's an app that I can just scan it through any payment services, and I can use that. I don't have to have my physical wallet with me. There was a time where if you lost your wallet or forgot your wallet, you had to drive back home and get it. Not anymore. I remember a man, I don't know if I told this story before. I remember I was at the barber shop with this older gentleman. We were talking, and he tried to tell me he doesn't have internet on his phone. He doesn't use internet. I said, I showed him where he did have internet. He was being a contrarian for no reason, but he knew what I was talking about. And he did have. I said, how do you pay your bills? I go there and pay them physically. Okay. How do you do this? I said, on your phone. How do you think you're talking on that phone? How do you think you're talking, man? There's technology. You're not going to a payphone and calling people anymore. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Even though I'm a millennial, I'm 34 years old. Man, technology has advanced so much. There are times when I'm typing up an email with my Gmail now, and my damn Gmail will finish off what I want to say. That's called artificial intelligence, AI. Y'all, that's amazing. I was watching a course that said people think AI is going to replace humans, but there's no way it can. It said all AI is going to do is assist us. And I'll be damned. They're right. So, a lot of times, man, we got to stop watching the media. We got to learn to take the media with a grain of salt. Because they're just trying to sell articles. They're trying to they're trying to make profits off these advertisers. A friend of mine, I called him yesterday. He was in the store. He was at their cash register, and he and a young lady were talking, and they was talking about Netflix. And he told her, he said, I really don't have to watch Netflix. I watch everything on YouTube. And he's right, man. I buy movies off YouTube. There are times where with my Amazon account, to buy a video may be cheaper to buy it through Amazon as opposed to YouTube or Google. I mean, man, everything I need is on YouTube. I do have Netflix, though. And pretty soon, I got to start, something he told me to do was to upload my podcast on YouTube. He said, dude, you're missing a whole market. And I said, you know what, you're right, man, I am. I'm missing a whole market off YouTube. But I love podcasting because I don't have to restrain myself. You know, YouTube, you got to restrain yourself on language and things of that nature. On podcasting, it's a little different. I mean, you can't get on here threatening people and shit like that. But for the most part, you have autonomy to control your show. And there are people who love podcasts. They just do. I do. I've been listening to podcasts for about, 6 or 7 years now. So I gotta keep reiterating, y'all. Where will you be a year from now? Where will you be 1 year from now? You gotta ask yourself that question, people. Who would have ever thought that you don't even need cable anymore? And I discovered this back in 2009. I remember when Netflix used to send you DVDs, right? Remember that? I've been with Netflix for over 10 years, people. And so, I'll never forget when Netflix allowed you to watch videos on like your laptop or on a Roku device. This was back in 2009, 2010. Then years later, they stopped just sending you DVDs. They stopped doing that. I remember that. Now look at Netflix. Man, Netflix is a powerhouse. They forced a lot of these apps they forced a lot of these movie companies to create apps. A lot of people, they modeled the Netflix model. And they created apps like Hulu, YouTube already, YouTube TV. YouTube been around for a while, actually. YouTube TV. Man, there's so many streaming platforms now, I can't even name them all. Amazon had to get their hand in that, man. Look at Amazon. Yep, we still go to Walmart. We do. But I'm finna look up some information for you live on the air right now. We're gonna look up daily profits of Amazon. So right now, Amazon makes they make an annual revenue of $232 billion, which translates to $19.4 billion per month, $4.5 billion per week, $638 million per day. Wow. Let's look at Walmart. Now, Walmart generates a revenue of $1.43 billion per day. So Amazon ain't too far behind them. They got to catch up to them with about 400 more million, then they'll be at $1 billion a day. Hell, Walmart is doing delivery now to your front door. Another company we all know about called Del Monte, the fruit company. They do delivery to your front door. They're like, hey, damn using DoorDash and all them guys, Grubhub, we'll just do it ourselves. I can't blame them though. What Amazon taught people was you got to bring the product directly to the customer. And that's what it is nowadays, man. That's just the way it is. I remember this brother I met through a cigar group. He sold merchandise. He sold cigars too. He actually has some pretty good cigars. He told me what he did. But anyway, he sold clothes and shirts and all that. And he sold only flex fit. He only sold snapback hats. Well, this guy was from the East Coast. I'm from the South, man. We like flex fit hats out here. Yeah, we wear snap hats too. And I asked the gentleman, could he make me a flex fit hat? He's like, no. Needless to say, I no longer did business with him anymore. I bought some cigars from him and all that. I don't even know if he's still around as far as his business. It may be, I don't know. But I can go on Amazon right now, order a gang load of flex fit hats, and stamp my favorite cigar on there or whatever I want to do, or put my logo on there and sell them to the direct public, man. So Walmart, look out. Amazon coming for your head. I'm going to just tell you that right now. I'm just telling you that right now. Amazon is not anything to play with. But it goes back to what the topic of the show is. Jeff Bezos constantly progressed every year. People probably thought he was crazy. People probably thought he was crazy as cat shit. Who gonna order books online? Who wants to listen to an audiobook? People been listening to audiobooks. That ain't nothing new. They just had them on tape, on cassette tape, and on record, on wax. People been doing that. That ain't nothing new. That's nothing new. People been doing that. As they always say, you don't have to create anything new. You got to just make whatever's out here better. Bezos didn't become a book author. I believe he probably does have a book now. But he didn't say, I want to write books. He said, I just want to sell these books via internet. The market will let you know what people need. I'm discovering that. The market will let you know. Now Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world. Last time I checked. I got to check again. And I'm going to do a podcast on Walmart versus Amazon. Yes, I am. I mean, Walmart, man, had the game sold up, man. They were 24 hours. They had everything you need. They had auto. You could buy tires, get your car fixed, oil change while you shopping for groceries. Only one drawback. Bad attitude. Bad ass attitude. Hell, you could even, Walmart had a dating service. You know that? You go to Walmart 11 o'clock at night, you can hook up with people. Free dating at Walmart. Amazon even has a podcast platform now. I submitted my podcast for it, so I don't know when. It said it could take a while. But Amazon, man, even when you call a customer service, they're so friendly. They're accommodating. They if you know they owe you, they'll pay your money back. They'll replace the. I mean, the amount of customer service you get there is ridiculous, and it's all online. So you got to ask yourself, man. did Bezos do to get to where he is? And you know what he did? In a nutshell, he constantly progressed. He constantly progressed. And that's what it's about, man. Just progressing. Like I said, you ain't gotta, move the mountain in one day. Just give it a couple nudges every day. And eventually, you'll start to see 10 miles, then 20, then 100, then 1,000, then 2,000, then 5,000. Just saying, man. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you things that I don't personally practice. I heard one brother say, it ain't what you make, it's how you spend it. And that is so true. A lot of times, it's not that you need more money. You just need a different mindset with that money that you have already. That's what it is. People always talk about manifesting and all that type of shit there, They believe that is what you call, it's crazy. I forget, what it is. They call that metaphysics. But you can manifest and think it all you want to, but you got to put these things in action. Yes, it's good to write down goals. Nothing wrong with that, but you have to execute. You got to get a universe something to work with. Just saying you want to be successful, just saying it means nothing if you're not going to take action to be successful. Just saying you want to be a billionaire doesn't mean shit if you ain't taking action to become a billionaire. I don't care nobody say. People that make that kind of money don't just make it luckily. It took strategy. It took years. It took investing. It took strategy. Took strategy. Took consistency. It took consistency, people. Things don't just happen overnight. Even with a house. I've been in my house for 2 years now, and we just do little things at a time. We don't try to do it all at once. Just do a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. That's all it takes is a little bit at a time. So like I said, man, I do not, and I've adopted this mentality, I do not and will not be in the same position I am every year. Every year I will grow, and I have been growing. Every day, learn something. Every day, learn something new. The way you thought at 23, you shouldn't think that way at 24. The way you thought at 35, you shouldn't think that way at 36. The way you thought at 67, you shouldn't think that way at 68. No, you should not. Don't let people tell you where you need to be in life. You run your race. That's all I'm saying. I do not allow people to tell me where I should be in life. And I don't tell people where they should be in life. It's not my place to do that. I just know in life you don't want to always keep starting over from scratch. I mean, there are times when you have to start over, but then there are times when you can just transition into a smooth transition over, as opposed to having to start from the bottom. If you're at level 3, you can slide on over to level 3. That's what I mean when I say transition. I don't mean die. I mean, like, it could be a nice lateral move. I don't want to use a lot of business terms like vertical move, or I don't want to use that because I don't want to talk over people's head. But in life, you should always be going vertical. How do you climb a ladder? One step at a time. That's it. I want to say now I got 66 podcasts. I took a little break for a couple weeks, I said I was going to just do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but hell, sometimes I want to do it, I want to do it how I'm doing it, man. So with that being said, people, thank you for tuning in. Remember, support is free. Hit us up. If you need any advertising, if you'd like to submit some show topics, if you want to even interview with me, info@cigarswithmacpod.com. info@cigarswithmacpod.com. Don't forget to download, follow, like, and share. If you want to support us financially on Cash App, $Cigars with Mac. That being said, people, thank you for listening to my podcast. It means a lot to me. And y'all have a great day. Peace. Also, I just came up with a show topic in my head right now. Rich people problems versus poor people problems. Yeah. That's what I'll talk about next. Rich people problems versus poor people problems.
At Zenni, we believe everyone deserves access to high-quality, affordable eyewear. That's why we offer stylish prescription glasses for men, women, and kids starting at just $6.95. Our online factory direct model cuts out the middlemen, so you save. At Zenni, you get the same quality frame and lens options that you'd get from an optician for 1/10 of the price, including blue blockers, progressives, prescription sunglasses, and more. The best part? Try on any frame, anywhere with our 3D virtual try-on. Zenni.com. Eyewear for everyone.
Oh, what's this?
Zenni's 3D virtual try-on. Pretty cool, right?
Wait, are those prices real? Do they have glasses for men?
Yep, they also have affordable blue light glasses.
Seriously? At those prices, get them all.
I like where this is going.
Zenni.com. Prescription glasses starting at $6.95.